All right, nation, better late than never. It's true. True story. Keith Bilous, Z Marty Fit. Apologies for the lateness this morning, guys. True. So it wasn't. Where's this sound coming from? It's not coming from there. So we had some technical challenges this morning, and they started. Where we go here? Boom. So we were all early. We were all ready to go, Marty. And then all of a sudden,
we were ready to go.
We were ready to go, and we hit start. And then I got the old notification from LinkedIn that it said, you're not connected. So we are only streaming right now over on YouTube, which is fine. Jory, I see you in the green room on the vertical channel there. I do not see you in the green room on the horizontal channel. So Jory, I'm going to re-give you that link here in your chat or get out. And so I honestly don't know what the heck happened. So Enzo, the future, come back. We want you to rejoin the show. So Jimmy's going to send notes. So we are here to talk about integrative weight loss strategies today. Those of you that are struggling with losing some poundage.
Yep.
We have Jory Jansen, registered nutritionist. She's joining us here this morning. She's on the show a couple weeks ago, Mark. What's that?
Goat. I called her the GOAT.
Yeah, the greatest of all time. There's no question. Jory was awesome. She joined us a couple weeks ago. We talked about sugar strategies and junk food strategies, and how to help yourself through that. So she's going to join us here in a number of moments. We are running a little bit behind this morning. But Marty, I wanted to listen. I had to get a couple things off my chest.
Let's hear it.
All right. So first of all, Kartsy, good luck at your job today, pal. I think you're driving to your job this morning, so good luck to your job this morning, pal. Marty hung out with Carter yesterday. He's going to join us in the lab.
Looking forward to that.
He's going to join us in the lab. He's going to pick up his pencil and paper, and he's going to start doing some work with us here in the lab. So we're excited about that. But dude, listen, I went to Piper's grade 8 graduation last night. And and first of all, I should probably acknowledge this part of it. So, Pipes, congratulations on the graduation.
Congrats.
But Marty, I got something I have to say. So we're sitting at the graduation yesterday, and they get to the honor roll handouts.
Mm-hmm.
Piper has 22 kids in her class.
Okay.
Everybody gets the honor roll.
Oh.
And then they take the top 10 and they say, okay, Marty, you get honor roll gold. What the WTF, man? Like, let's reward mediocrity. Let's reward showing up. Hey, Marty, you showed up, you're going to get honor roll. Come on. So honor roll is like 80%. Exactly. And I'm not trying to demean accomplishments. I love accomplishing stuff as much as anybody. But can we just stop rewarding mediocrity?
I agree.
Can we stop rewarding people for showing up?
It's not inclusive.
Just silence.
Silence.
Just the best soundbite of the year.
Are you really surprised, man? Are you surprised?
I'm not, but you know what, Marty? Like, at what point do we change this conversation? Maybe we can start here in the morning show. Maybe over time here, we keep talking about every single day that people will kind of wake up and go, really? Do we? And that's the same thing with tipping. Oh, thanks for making my sub. You want a tip? Wait a minute. That's your job to make my sub.
That's at every restaurant now.
Tipping culture has gotten out of hands. Lowering the bar. Oh, Marty showed up. Let's give him a reward. Oh, Marty did his job. Let's give him a tip. Come on.
Everyone wants credit for doing what they're supposed to do, what you're expected to do.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
You signed up to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna pat you on the back for doing what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's just bizarre.
Like even my clients, like, this might be a stretch. I might be being a mean trainer right now, but it's the truth. Hey, I followed the meal plan yesterday. I didn't cheat at all. Aren't you proud of me? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, what'd you hire me for?
Congratulations for showing up.
Right, like I got here on time today.
Okay.
Congratulations.
All right. So there's Keith and Marty's jam this morning. Get you guys all jacked up. Hey, we're running.
We're going in another direction right now. Sorry.
Keith and Steve Martin running a little bit late this morning, but it's like, hey, we got a Kim in the green room ready to show up for the Odie song discussion tomorrow. We got Jory Jansen patiently waiting for us. Guys, thanks for just enlightening Keith and Steve Marty. We had to get it off our chest, because now we can move on. It's like getting lifted, Marty? Just got to move on now.
Just got to keep going, man.
It's got to move on. So why don't we do this? Let's welcome Kim Klur to the lab. Hey!
Hello, guys.
Good morning, my friend. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
A little tired. It's 5 a.m. or 5:18 over here in Vancouver on the West Coast. So, but it's all good. And I concur with you guys on this whole tipping culture. It's BS, man. Like that's why I love going to Europe because they don't do that stuff.
Oh, it's gotten out of hand, Kim. It's just just show up and give me something. Show up and give me something, right? So
I don't mind tipping if you earn it, but having to be obligated, by the fact that these poor people get paid crap,
yes,
and their employers just expect them to make their living off tips is just stupid.
Oh, dude, I'm all about tipping. I'm the first person to give somebody a tip if they deserve it, 100%.
Same here.
And as a matter of fact, I'll over tip because I recognize that if I don't know, pick $20, pick something that might not make a difference in my life, but will make a difference in somebody else's life. I'll gladly do it every single time.
Yeah, during COVID, I gave 25% to the guys that came to the door with DoorDash, whatever it was. I just
just for doing your job. I don't have time for. Or my kid just for showing up at school. Hey, good job showing up at school. I'm going to give you honor roll. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really? Come on.
That's insane.
Oh, here's the other one. Hey, here's the other one, Marty. Sorry, nation. Sorry. Hey, Marty. Yeah. I'm going to give you the most improved award because you sucked 4 months ago. Like, what's that? You talk about inclusive. Hey, Marty, we thought you were a pretty crappy student 6 months ago. So now we're going to recognize it and we're going to give you the most improved award. Like, how are you as the kid inside that room going, yes, I was the crappy kid 6 months ago. Now I'm the good one.
Yeah, that's debatable. Yeah, that's debatable. Yeah, the only time that should be like thing is like in sports. Like if you were a mediocre player and now you're playing at an outstanding level, then I'll let the most improved thing go. But in school, that's not something to be proud of. It's not.
I don't disagree with you
because you're expected. Okay, go ahead. Let's go. Yeah, we got to do the show because
off topic.
Let's go there. So, anyways, listen. So, Kim Klur joins us here in the lab, and Jory, thanks for being patient. We're going to bring you in a couple moments. Kim joins us from Vancouver. He joins us to talk about the Odie song. We got involved, Marty. We had a guest on the show yesterday. We talking about the Odie song. We have Christopher Loudon jumping in on the show on Friday. Tomorrow, jumping the Odie song. Kim Klur, creative guy from Vancouver. Who are you? Why are you here? How did you get involved in the Odie song? Give it to us, my friend.
So Chris reached out to me on LinkedIn, which is the great thing about this platform.
Yes,
you get to connect with wonderful people like you guys, like you and Marty. Chris reached out. We connected. We jammed. We had a chat like this over Meet, and we learned that we shared a love for music. I've been playing music since I was a kid. He works in a studio, so one thing led to another, and he said, hey, I got this idea for a song. Can you lay down some guitar tracks? I said, yeah, sure. So all the guitar tracks on the Odie song are my contributions. So it was a lot of fun back and forth with Chris with some loops. And first of all, I thought, I'll just give him little loops and he can just do do whatever. And then some back and forth, and we just laid out some cool stuff. So I had a lot of fun. It was a blast. Yeah.
Isn't it really cool how you can sit there in Vancouver? I'm here in Winnipeg. We have everybody all around the world, and we're making this song together. And that just really illustrates how music is made in 2024, right? And even over the last 10 years. But Kim, what I really laugh at is when I hear people in work today, like in the world of work today, oh, I can't collaborate because I can't be in the same building as a Kim. Oh, I can't collaborate. I can't be creative. I can't make content because I'm not in the same building. Some of the world's biggest songs are created not together.
Well, we saw that with some big name acts during even the COVID era, where they got together and they created this amazing stuff, but all from different locations and playing their music, even live streaming stuff like this, right? It was great. I remember Roger Waters did a whole bunch of stuff with people all over the world, right? It was fantastic, right?
Yes.
So but you know what? Music's universal. Music is that universal language of love, memories, all kinds of stuff, right? So it's like creativity without borders, right? And it doesn't matter who you are, what you're from, and what God you pray to. It doesn't really care. It's all about connecting.
It's so true. It's so true. Marty,
I was gonna ask. So you all don't have you don't know what you're using the song for yet, correct?
Well, no, actually, the whole purpose of this was to do a shout out to John Kraske. And his whole network and stuff like that. And I think because Chris and John are connected, and
Gotcha.
that's how it all came to be. And I didn't even know John before I met Chris, so now I know John, so it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some comments coming in here from we got the future. Hey man, we have not forgotten about you. We just like to make sure we acknowledge you, my friend. Akim, we got. So listen, if you want to play the lottery today, Akim, we have somebody in the future that has lottery numbers for you, man. He'll tell you what to pick. Yeah. So, and actually for you, Akim, being in Vancouver, like Marty, the future is even further away for Akim.
No kidding.
Even further away.
Time lag. It's like marketing. It's a lag.
It's exceptional. Yes, and we are finally here. Thanks for being patient. And Enzo jumps in with he agrees. Yes, I worked my ass off for medals and trophies in sports when I was younger. Now they're giving it for free. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And Sarvina, thanks for being patient with us. Good morning as well, and good morning, nation. Those of you that join us on LinkedIn, I put the feed up there on YouTube to join us. So, Kim, give us a quick little couple minutes about. So what do you do for what pays the bills in Akim's life?
Well, I've been in this marketing game for, I'm going to age myself, about 30 some odd years now, and I just love the whole notion of helping people understand how people choose one thing over another, and so I'm a big advocate of customer research, a big advocate of brand marketing. And that's kind of what I do. So I help tech companies with their struggles with marketing, getting their products known, getting their businesses known, and I focus solely on brand marketing. I don't get into all the other stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. And are you going to participate in tomorrow's launch of the show, or you're dialing in today and then you'll see the show? So we're launching the song tomorrow is going to be launched, eh? So
yep. I'm going to try to I'll
get up early for us.
I'll get up early for you guys, and I'll
2 days in a row.
Exactly.
without a medal, Marty.
Yeah, no rewards. Not for this one.
Do I get a tip for showing up at 5 a.m.?
Not for this one.
Oh, Marty's making sure there's no tips being handed out today.
Not for this one. No.
That's awesome. Kim, thanks for jumping in this morning. I apologize for a little bit of delays in the technical issues this morning. LinkedIn, so apparently LinkedIn disconnected the account, so I'm not sure why we're on LinkedIn. We're not there. We're on YouTube right now this morning. But we got Jory Jansen hanging tight for us in the green room right now. You want to stick around for the rest of the show? We're going to talk about weight loss strategies and why we're having struggles with nutrition and food and so forth. You're welcome to stick around, Kim, if you like.
I'm going to hang around.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Cool. So, Jory, we're going to bring you up here. You got your camera set up. Before we do that, I want to make sure we don't miss this part of the show, Marty, which is our whoop, whoop. Yep. All right. So, even though we're running behind, we are always going to make sure we bring you guys to the table with accountability check-in. And it is that time of the show where we say, hey, it's time to consider yourself looking in the mirror right now. And we want you to be thinking about, do you ever stop and think about the impact you have on your team? Think about that, nation. Every word you say, every word that comes out of your mouth, every action you take sets the tone. It's true. And let me be frank with each and every one of you paying attention right now. If you have a disengaged, unproductive team, I'm going to invite you to look in your own mirror. More than likely, it's probably you. For two reasons, I'm going to suggest. You're not supporting, you're not empowering your team. You're not giving them the freedom to go. You're stalling on tough decisions when there's misalignment. Both of those require empathy. I'm telling you, man, empathy is this magical superpower as a leader that, has worked its way through the workplace in the last number of years. And empathy nation is not just about being nice. It's about understanding somebody's needs. It's about recognizing somebody's struggles. It's about ultimately being human. And I know human just seems to be tossed around every single day these days like this buzzword, but it really is. It's about inspiring trust and respect with the human across the line from you, whether it's the phone line, whether it's the camera, whether it's somebody across the table. Great leaders, from my experience and those that I aspire to be like and those that I follow, they inspire trust, they respect, and they uplift you. So, as we wrap up today's accountability segment this morning, I invite you to take a moment and ask yourself as you're going through your day with your team or your family, how you can show more empathy today. I promise you, it is going to be a superpower that's going to move you through your day. So, there we go. Accountability check-in. Offer some empathy to your team. If your team is sucking right now, don't give them a tip. Give them empathy. Hey, Marty, give him empathy, man. That's what we do here in the lab. We're all about empathy. Jory Jansen, we're going to bring you up on the stage here. I don't see your camera working there. There you are. There's Jory.
Hello.
Hello. And I don't have your camera on the vertical. If you want to do a refresh over there, that's pretty cool. So, wow, we had some technical challenge. Jory, thanks for being patient this morning.
Oh, all good. I have nothing else going on. Just kidding.
So should we give her a show? Hold on. I gotta get that in here. I gotta do this here. I gotta go. Yeah, the wrong sound effect. Anyways, so should we give you a tip for that? Like, should we give you a tip just for showing up today? Hey, Kim, Marty, we're gonna give Jory a tip for showing up today.
Well,
there you go. That's the one I was waiting for.
The tip doesn't have to be financial, right?
Oh, this is true. Yes,
it could be a tip.
This is true. Yeah, Jory.
I'm going to bring for accountability today is that it's really important to have empathy, but there's two types, right? There's empathy, compassion. So that's where you're sitting there and being able to just be present and be with them. But then there's empathy accuracy. And if you're in charge of your team and you can't read the room, your empathy accuracy is down and you've lost them.
Dude.
So you want to make sure that you can align both.
Marty, we need George Jansen around here more often, I think, especially when you and I have these moments of frustration from my kids' from my kids' graduation or from tips or something. Akim, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think Jory just gave us a tip.
Yeah,
she did.
Jerry, where were you 25 minutes ago when we were scrambling to get the show going?
I was waiting. No, I wasn't.
Wow.
Nice. Appreciate it. Nice.
That's awesome.
All good.
Let's get into the big conversation. And Jory, I want to tell you that the last time you were here, we had a great chat about sugar addiction and junk food addiction and people struggling with those struggles in life. And, we've had some great feedback on that show. It's some great viewers on that show. And we're like, hey, let's bring Jory back to talk about the other struggle that every human being seems to have, which is, do I go on a diet? Weight loss strategies. How do I lose weight? Why am I not losing weight? Marty and Keith talked yesterday about carb cycling. We've talked about intermittent fasting. There's macros, there's micros, there's caloric deficit. There's all these things. I'm like, Jory, why am I not losing weight? And then Marty might say, but Keith, you put on 2 pounds of muscle, you lost 2 pounds of weight. You're actually getting muscular, Keith. You are losing weight. So there's all these confusing things that people don't know. Just why am I not losing weight? So under the guise of that topic, Jory, let's get into a good discussion today. Why human beings typically struggle with integrative weight loss strategies, with dieting, and where do they go from there? So let's get into it, Jory. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, well, I think one of the big things around weight management, whether it's weight loss, body composition changes, hopefully it's body composition focused versus just weight. But we're human, right? So it's complicated. There's genetics, there's lifestyle, there's disease, there's the over focus on the outcome rather than the systems in place to create success. So that it's not just one thing. There's perspective. So, for example, I'm working with someone right now who's gone through, because of trauma, went through yo-yo cycling. And I said, well, what's the goal? And for this particular person, they said, you know what, I want to be that skinny bee. And that's fine, but I want to stay curious and explore, like, what does skinny bee mean to you? And I saw from her, well, I didn't see, but I heard from her words that it was out of spite. I'm going to show them. And it wasn't about her anymore. And so we changed the conversation. It's change talk, right? It's changing the conversation internally to your why. So do you want to be the skinny bee, or do you want to be the empowered, the one that's raising up another generation in your household to be strong and powerful and well? Or do you want to hold on to the bitterness and be the skinny bee? You could do either one. You get to decide, right? And so we're focusing more on the strategies in place that will allow her to be successful. We can't guarantee a target weight loss. We can't. But what we can guarantee is a new thought process, a new way to value you as a human first, and allowing the strategies for a health and wellness plan that allows for an outcome of success and being a better version of you.
Marty, I saw you nod when Jory talked about weight loss / body composition. It's a big topic for people. I want to lose weight. And then but Jory, why don't I have abs? No, but you've lost weight, Keith. There's a lot of confusion between losing weight and body composition. Let's go take Ozempic. I know Marty and Keith talk about it all the time, the shortcuts in life. Hey, Ozempic. Hey, you're going to lose weight, but you're going to lose weight. Let's talk about this idea of losing weight, Jory, compared to body composition. And then Marty, I'd like your comments on that after Jory jumps in with that. Jory.
Yeah. So most of my clientele are athletes. So
yes,
90%, right? And so if we're just looking at weight loss, so they're going to show up on the pitch, on the court, and they'll be lighter, but it doesn't mean they're going to be better. Right? The outcome is that they're lighter, which in some cases that's weight class sport. You got to be lighter. But if we're not still looking at the body composition, your strength, your power, you're lighter, not better. So the body composition allows for you to make a shift if weight has to be the focus. In some cases it does. But when you add in the body composition level, now we're keeping them healthy, strong, well, and performing. And that happens even for non-athletes. You want to also focus more on that, body composition phase, because if you're that skinny bee, yeah, you're acting like one. Great. So you're skinny, now what? But it doesn't mean that your performance for just everyday living, if you're CEO of your household, you're showing up skinny, but that's about it. It's not focusing on other parts of health and wellness. Whereas as your body composition changes, then everything else kind of goes in line, and you're not suffering in a calorie deficit to the point where you're actually creating more harm than good. So focusing on body composition allows for more creativity in how you set up systems in place, and being more compassionate, self-compassion around the journey of getting to the outcome that you're looking for. So there's a lot of reasons that body composition is important over weight loss as the focus.
Marty.
And especially with women, they'll say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. And you might have seen an actress or, somebody you like on Instagram that weighs 20 pounds less than you, but that might look better on her than you. You might need to lose 10 pounds. You might just want to lose some body fat. And so body composition is also important because you kind of hit on this, but how are you going to feel? Right? You're going to, if you lose, if you do it the natural way, lifting weights, eating cleaner, you sprinkling in some cardio, hydrating, you're going to be energized, right? You're probably not going to feel sluggish. You're not going to walk around feeling hungry all day. But if you do it the Ozempic way, you take the Ozempic route, you're not going to tell me that you feel better than someone who's actually getting stronger. They're working on their mobility. They're healthier. they're more energized. So body composition just it's the best way. It's scientifically proven, and then you talk to anybody who's done a transformation that way, they're going to tell you the same thing. So, and I agree with everything you said, Jory. So,
Kim, I see you nodding over there as well. Has this been a part of your discussion in life with your family or yourself at all? I think all of us humans along the way have battled our own mirrors with this topic. Kim, would you share, maybe your POV on this?
This touches a chord with me because I lost my mom about six years ago because she wasn't taking care of herself, and I think this is more of it has a lot to do with self-worth, self-image, how we feel about ourselves. I mean, do we like the person we see in the mirror? So there's a lot of that psychology that goes on. My dad is 88 and he keeps telling me just keep moving, just like I'm knocking on the door of 60 next year. So I don't want to end up like my mom. So I play hockey a lot. I play typically 2 to 3 times a week. I go for walks, I go for hikes, and I got my mom's genetics, so I have to be careful, right? So it's also being self-aware of what your health is and how to take care of yourself. It's different for everyone, especially as we get older. I don't have the same metabolism as my wife does. I don't have the same metabolism as my dad does. My dad can eat everything and drink anything, and he still has way less problems than I do. It's crazy, but I take his advice to heart because we lost my mom because she didn't listen to my dad or she didn't listen to herself, right? So I think what Jory's talking about is really important because if we want to live a healthy life, we have to love ourselves first.
Yeah. Hey, Jory, why does the public discourse not spend more time talking about body composition? And then I'm going to throw out a controversial point of view here. We seem to want to tolerate or accept somebody who is obese or is overweight or has bad body composition. It's like we're tolerating that human dying in front of us. It's like, oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to be very tactful with what I'm saying here, but society has gotten to the point where we just tolerate people's body compositions that we know is not healthy. I'm just going to say it. Why is that, Jory? You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm trying to be tactful with it, but
yeah, it's like the honor roll for everyone.
Yes, it's like, okay, that person's 1,000 pounds over. I'm going to be exaggerative. They're 1,000 pounds overweight. They're clearly unhealthy, but we got to be nice to them.
Yeah,
we got to tolerate it.
I'm going to throw in a different.
Dying.
Yeah, I'm going to take it a little bit differently because I don't think that everyone that's overweight is unhealthy.
Okay.
I will say that the research doesn't support that. I will say, though, is that what we can look at are the behaviors of people, no matter what shape or size they are.
Okay.
Right? Because we look at people that are thin and we assume.
Fair point. Yes.
Together, right.
Yes.
And so rather than and that's why I think the society looks at weight loss because we judge the book by its cover. Right. So I think
doesn't that flip it back to Jory to body composition though? Because skinny or strong with good body composition is like body comp is more important than being skinny or being overweight.
Absolutely. But if we look at why does society look at weight loss is because we're looking at body image. And when we consider body image, we're looking at a certain look, right? Like if you look at supermodels, typically we're not looking at strong, powerful looking humans, males or females. Right? And so I think that it's really important. And if we want to create a healthier version of another human along their journey with them in partnership, I think that's one. We need to look at partnerships.
Yes, thank you.
If they want to create change, and as a health outcome, then that's what we need to create. The goal is it's not a measurement of, hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. I lost 5 pounds. It's more of what are the health outcomes You know what?
Yes.
I bend down and tie my shoes easier.
Yes.
Right. I had more energy. I remember one of my clients, he said, I don't want to fall asleep at 7 p.m. anymore when my wife wants to stay up and watch a show till 9:30 p.m. with me. Those are awesome outcomes to look at. So if we look at overall health, if weight loss is the goal, if that's supposed to be the outcome, without it being the focus, and I do this especially with those with eating disorders and dysfunctional eating behaviors, if weight loss is supposed to happen, it doesn't ever have to be the focus, because the strategies that we're putting in place for a healthy lifestyle lead to the outcome that we're looking for.
So
it
what
doesn't
you're
have to be a focus.
So what you're saying, if I can paraphrase it, is using the tying the shoes example is, okay, Keith, you got a big belly, you got a big gut. I'm having struggles bending over and tying up my shoelaces. Keith, we're not going to focus on your belly. We're not focusing on your big gut. We want to focus on some integrative health strategies that are going to make you healthy as a human. Over time, your belly's going to get smaller. Over time, you're going to have an easier time tying your shoes. That's what you're saying, Jory, isn't it? Instead of me walking into your office and saying, "Hey, Jory, I got a big belly. I can't tie my shoes."
Because if I have you focused
let's do some abs.
Yeah.
If I
right?
told you all to follow the AIR diet, the coolest diet that's out there, the AIR diet. So if I told all of you to hold your breath for 60 seconds, well, I'm talking about deep breathing strategies, and you had to hold your breath, right? And I'm just talking about how the fresh air. And I said, okay, now you can breathe. You're gonna be like, right, sucking in all that air, overcompensating.
Mm-hmm.
When we're focusing on the problem, how are we supposed to look at the systems in place to allow for the outcome to happen?
Yeah, Marty, you called it, man. Jory is one of the. She's definitely a goat of the lab here. One of the greatest of all time.
I said it. The goat. I told you.
You're right, Marty. So Jory, after the last show, Marty's like, Jory's a goat. I'm like, I think so. So we had to have her back, and I can see Kim nodding here. Jory, you're providing exceptional value today. Marty, we're gonna have to build the tip machine, I think, to start sending out tips to our guests like Jory.
My husband said, "So why are you going back on?" I was like, "I don't know. Maybe they couldn't find anyone else to fill the space."
Husband, no, husband. Do you know the truth of our show here? No. Oh, Michael Hidlow, thanks for joining us this morning, all the way from Florida. And you're right, see things from others' perspectives and care about what you see. That's so true. And then, of course, our good, my lovely girl Lauren joins in and says, "And does your body not metabolize muscle before fat? If you're in a caloric deficit, taking Ozempic or other weight loss medicine, that is if you're not strength training, hence the soft body look." And then, of course, you're getting some great support from Lauren. Jory, she's loving everything you're having to say here. Let's talk a little bit about Ozempic. I know I'm frozen. I'll be unfrozen here in a second here, but let's talk a little bit about Ozempic. And I know, Jory, you deal with pro athletes and so forth. As a nutritionist, what's your POV on all these weight loss medicines making their way to the market?
Yeah, I think for some people, it's really just giving them some hope, right? Mm-hmm. Because they've lived in shame for how many years, decades. Mm-hmm. And it's an opportunity for them to kind of hold on to something and give them some hope. So I think that for some people, they're taking it straight up for weight loss. Others are taking it for weight loss to allow them to get somewhere. For others, it's a combination for the fact that, they have all of these other disease states or symptoms, and taking Ozempic is going to help with that. And the other benefit for them is that the outcome is some weight loss. So for some people, it may seem like, it's a shortcut, but I think that there's a lot going on when most people are going out and using medication to help support that. And I would say for some people, perhaps it is a disease state and there is medication that might be required long-term, short-term, but it shouldn't be the only thing looked at. Your own, you need a team, right? In sport, we use teams. We have our sports psychologist, the dietitian, the physiologist, the strength and conditioning coach. There's a whole team of us, right? Athletic therapists. So we're all working together to help support. And so for whoever the human may be that's gone to, the medication route, what's their support team? And I would say that with any diet. If you look at any diet that someone's approaching, okay, that's the short term, But what happens after when the diet's not sexy anymore? Or what happens if the medication doesn't work for you?
It goes back to the why, doesn't it? If your why is not sorted out,
Yeah.
everything's going to constantly be that short fix,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like to judge people's journey. I like to be there to support and say everything's figure outable. And what the outcome is the best outcome for the individual. It may not be my journey, idea, but it's also not about me. It's about that person, on my screen or sitting in front of me. I want to help support. I want to partner. I want to provide acceptance. I want to be compassionate, and I want to evoke some empowerment so that they feel that they have some say on this journey to where they want to be. Right.
Marty, Akim?
Love it. I think when Lauren just commented about the non-judgmental approach to this, which I think is super, super healthy and the right approach, because I think, Jordan, you hit on this, is that when people are, say, conscious of their weight, there's a lot of shame involved, or there's a lot of emotional things that are going on there, right? So treading lightly is really, really key, because people need to be supported.
Yes. I think and I will admit that I perhaps, I don't know if it's go overboard, but I maybe take a certain stance on it. When I hear of these shortcuts, it's the idea of a shortcut that bothers me.
Right.
And I guess I know myself, I need to recognize the grace in that, maybe ask my own questions. Why is Jory looking for a shortcut, or why is Akim looking for a shortcut? And maybe it's not a shortcut. Maybe there's a reason why you're having to consider that. I guess for me, though, as a human, just for my values of just putting the work in and showing up, I just, again, I go back to tips, right? And go back to rewarding everybody. It's like we're trying to lower the bar for everybody to get through life. And that's sometimes when I hear of these, go take a drug, it's going to make you feel better. Oh, maybe there's other things we got to figure out. You know what I'm trying to say, Jory? So I hear you, and I understand that we need to offer grace, and we don't know what your story is. We don't know why maybe you've made that decision. It just, if we keep always offering shortcuts to humans and keep giving tips to everybody and keep lowering the bar and giving rewards to all of our kids for just showing up, I just don't know what kind of message that sends, Jory and Akim.
Well,
follow me?
I wanted to add this, and you got to think about human nature too. Like what's marketable. Let's take 12 weeks of consistency and hard work. That's not marketable. But if we say, hey, you'll lose 20 pounds in 30 days or 20 pounds in 2 weeks, people are going to jump at that, because let's be real. People are self-conscious about their body image, and they might act like it doesn't affect them, but it affects them. So people want to get it off, get the body fat off as quickly as possible. So you can market that to humans, and there's always going to be some new gimmick, right? There's always going to be a flat tummy tea, a weight loss drug. There's always going to be something. It's unfortunate, but it's just the truth, So it's just human nature to want to get things done quickly.
And Lauren jumps into another comment. I think it's a great one. It's a good reminder for me, frankly, which is also try viewing it as a fresh start. We always talk about here in the lab is, don't be afraid to start again or try again, right? So I guess, looking at it as an opportunity versus a shortcut. Hey, Jory?
Absolutely. And I mean, I've had many clients where they've achieved their body composition or their weight loss goal, and they were still the same person. The mindset of who they were hadn't changed. So even though they got to the destination, the outcome that they assumed didn't happen. They weren't a different person, right? They didn't work on those other areas in their life that would allow them to be a better version of themselves. They were maybe a smaller version of themselves. So there has to be other things. Your why goes deeper, and there is the theory that you have to ask why 5 to 7 times before you get to where you want to really focus on for that change, or for your reason to want to build on something. So I think that's what I do. I'm not just, when I'm working with someone, I'm not like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just, it's okay. Take your time. I get in their face. And it goes back and forth. Sometimes I think they're going to punch me out, but we work it out. But it's really like, if we're only focusing on a look, that's the danger. When we're focusing on a look, and that's what society sells, right?
Yes. Well, as what Marty was saying
And
too,
this,
right? Yeah.
this,
That's
and this
what
more.
sells. You can't sell what you can't see, and people want to see something. So I think that making sure that people that provide support, trainers, dietitians, therapists, whoever is providing support, needs to just keep reminding them in terms of the big picture. And it's not being soft, it's being real. And I think that that's really important. So not everyone that's going to work out and train hard and eat what's considered right, I put that in quotation marks because I think that's up for debate too. But it's not going to be the same outcome for everyone. It won't be. And that's really hard because everybody's looking for the one size fits all.
Well, yes, exactly. Marty.
I wanted to add this morning too. I was talking to some of my ladies about. We were talking about a family member of one of my clients. She got the gastric bypass and she got a tummy tuck, gained all her weight back and got back up to 300 pounds. And so you have to, just like Jory said, it's not about the look. You got to have the bigger why. And if you don't make that mental shift, you're just going to keep the same habits. And even people who get on those Ozempic, they end up gaining the weight back too. So that was a good point, Jory.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Jory, you got a new friend of the show here.
Yes.
Lauren's like, can we be friends? I know she's on the other side of the wall over there. Oh, she's upstairs right now. She's I'm going to go upstairs after to make her coffee. She's going to be like, oh, yes, I love Jory. So do I.
I tell my husband that.
Jory says it in such a nice way.
I know, right? She just articulates it in such a, so Jory, what's your husband's name?
Kurt.
Hey, Kurt. Yes, we're having Jory back often. If you'll let her join the show. And we're going to get Akim out of bed earlier often as well, because I'm liking his input as well. So it's clear to me, and I want to wrap our point up here because we're wrapping the show up, but it's clear to me, and I know this is an obvious cliche statement, but until you recognize your why, everything you're doing to lose weight, you're just wasting your time.
Yes.
Yep.
What's that old saying? If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So there you go. Jory, you motivated her to pick up some heavier dumbbells for Deads. There you go. Yes, because she's getting her strength training in. It's exactly it. Enzo, I think we're gonna be wrapping up here, but I until somebody finds their why, they're just wasting their time. And when you do want to find your why, go pick up the phone, go call Jory Jansen. Go pick up the phone, call C Marty Fit, and they're going to help you hit your why and help you hit your goals. Jory, how do we end it today? How do we end it? What's one thing you want to leave for Nation to, I stuck the why out there, but I'll leave the last word for you. How do you want to leave it today for everybody?
You know what? I would love for people to understand that they're worthy. If they can understand that they are worthy of creating just tiny little increments of change to create a long-term lifestyle, I think that's awesome. So that's the part. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you deserve to be better, whatever better looks like, I think I shared the acronym last time, BEST, for my leadership coach. BEST is not about perfection. It's better every single try. So just believe that you are worthy of keeping on. It's not going to happen like that, but it will happen. So just know that you are worthy of being here and creating that change. And
Jory, that's really the magic of an accountability partner, isn't it? Like having somebody hire somebody like yourself, or having somebody hire Marty or myself, or somebody knocking on Kim's door, is knowing that you have somebody in your corner helping you through the journey, right? Because if you just focus on losing 20 pounds, if you just lost 20 pounds, you don't have somebody to help you get through the rest of your life. You're just going to lose 20 pounds and put it back on again. Exactly. Yeah. Partnership's important. Yeah. Kim, I appreciate you joining us for the whole show today, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. You come back again?
Absolutely. Anytime.
As Jory has proven, once you're a guest in the lab, you're a friend of the lab. And if I have no friends to join, we're going to call you.
Okay. Get me out of bed at 5 a.m. Sure.
You know what I'd like to do, actually? If we can try something. I just thought of something here for the last minute here. So, while I'm doing this, Marty, you can read this. Check that out.
Lads, apologies in advance. I will probably miss tomorrow's show as I have a 25-kilometer mountain bike race, followed by a 10-kilometer run to prep for Saturday, my time. So we'll be hitting the sheets early. Hey, good luck on that, Enzo. We wish you the best. Go kill it. And we'll be fine. We'll be fine on the show without you for an episode. We'll be okay. I know Keith might cry, but we'll be fine. You know, I'll make sure Keith is okay.
Oh man, I was trying to find. Why can't I find his number?
Who are you calling, man?
I have a brother-in-law turning 50 today, and for some reason his phone is not showing. His number is not showing up on my phone. I was going to call him right now, actually, and call him to surprise him.
Love calling people on the show, man.
I know. So it's funny. I had a guest, Alan Langer, showed up on my show a number of months ago, and I invited him on the show. Marty, he's like, I don't think I get up that early. I'm like, dude. I'm like, we're the same age. I says, we grew up with old school AM radio where people prank people. I said, I have your number. So he leaves you with a big LOL. But yeah, it's anyways. Neil, I know you're not listening, but if you are listening, happy 50th, pal. Happy 50th birthday to you. There you go. I was there once. Hold on a second here. Here we go here. So yes, Lauren's giving me for some reason wasn't here. We're gonna try this. Okay, hang tight. Let's try this. I've never done this before. Oh, here we go. Could you guys hear it?
Yep.
Good. Oh, he didn't answer his phone. You suck, Neil. Yeah.
Yeah, he's screening his calls, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm gonna try one more
He's probably
time.
watching the show like, nah.
It's like, why are they phoning me right now?
Nah.
We're just someone can call one more time here. We all can just wish him happy birthday. No, this morning. Neil's 50. Happy birthday, pal. Thanks for not answering our phone and not making us great content this morning. But
Does he live in Vancouver?
what's that?
Does he live in Vancouver?
No, he lives here in Winnipeg. Yeah. There you go. Enzo, thanks for tuning in today. Sarvina, thanks for tuning in. We had Sarvina coming, Michael Hoodlow tuning in as well. And yes, we are going to do a prank call. Enzo, we got to get your phone number so we can call you here from the lab here sometime here as well and get you joining us in the future. But hey, guys, Jory, thanks for jumping in with technical difficulties. Kim, thanks for joining in today with technical difficulties as well. Awesome. And we'll see you guys along the way. We're going to go and create some content, get it out on the platform. And I got to figure out why LinkedIn did not allow us on the platform today. So we're going to get that sorted out. But we'll be back tomorrow with the LinkedIn Odie song. And Jory, you'll come back again, eh?
Oh, for sure. I'll tell my husband I'm coming.
Jory, I might have to get Jory on my podcast too.
I think you might have to get her on your podcast. Yes, absolutely. All right, we're going to get out of here. We got to go to work. Nation, have a great day. We'll see you guys all in the feeds. Jory, you're awesome. Kim, you're awesome. Marty, you're awesome, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See you guys. Ciao.